Last night was Friday Night SmackDown, the blue brand on the USA Network. And as we always do, we hear from each and every one of you. Your review, your comments, your sentiments of WWE SmackDown last night. What to you stood out? What struck you? What entertained you? Was there anything that bored you? Was there anything that you could have skipped over? Was there anything that could have been done better last night on SmackDown? It all boils down to the viewers, the fans, and the subscribers. The match of the night, the star of the night, the champion of the night, the moment of the night. Again, was it a fire SmackDown? Was it a scorcher? Was it boring? Was it dull? Was it rainy? Was it sunny? Was it cloudy? Was it cold? Was it frigid? What was the elements? What was the feelings? What was the aura that you got about SmackDown last night? Remember, we need everybody's comments. I don't care if it's a couple of words, a whole sentence, a full paragraph. We need your comments about WWE SmackDown last night because we have a hell of a lot of rumors and news and headlines to present to you, to give to you in real time, around the clock. Because as you know, here on this show, we never ever stop for each and every one of you because we are here to satisfy your taste buds for all things professional wrestling. Was there any shocks of the night? Okay. What about Drew McIntyre? Not once, but twice being interrupted, being intercepted, being taken out, being hurt, being damaged by Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu. What did you think about that angle, that storyline? What did you think about the shoot that Drew McIntyre did concerning the WWE Championship and how it's just as, if not more important than the world title on Raw? What do you feel is the better title, the more important title? The World Championship or the WWE title? Who do you feel? What do you feel about that? Also, ladies and gentlemen, to bring you into the news, to bring you into the interlopes, the interscoops of wrestling content. What we saw on SmackDown this week was really a big setup for what we are going to be getting next week when SmackDown is removed. SmackDown gone off the USA Network. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, WWE SmackDown has been canceled from the USA Network for a couple of weeks because SmackDown is going to be moving to Sci-Fi. Yes, you heard that right. SmackDown moving to Sci-Fi. And what about the way that the WWE is building to the Elimination Chamber in Chicago with elimination style matches to see who is going to be going into the elimination structure itself in Chicago? Now, of course, there's a lot of rumor, there's a lot of gossip, there's a lot of speculation going on, okay, that it will be at WrestleMania, a triple threat match, Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, and the undisputed WWE Champion Drew McIntyre in a triple threat match at WrestleMania. But how? How is the WWE going to get there? How are they going to go about it? How are they going to be able to strategize it and puzzle this entire piece together? Will it be a triple threat? Will it be a one-on-one? Will it be more than a triple threat? Could this thing turn into a fatal four-way for the WWE title? I mean, the last time WrestleMania had a fatal four-way for the WWE title, I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you would have to go all the way back to WrestleMania in the year 2000, ladies and gentlemen, where it was Triple H, where it was Cactus Jack or Mick Foley, The Big Show, and The Rock, again in a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Now, if there has been another fatal four-way that is headlined and main evented WrestleMania, let me know. Correct me in the comment section. It's a little bit early. It's still in the a.m. I'm just waking up. I'm still getting up. I haven't had my coffee. I haven't had my grits. I haven't had my pancakes. I haven't had my eggs. I haven't had my cereal. I haven't had my bacon. I haven't had my. You know what, guys? I haven't had any of that. But what I do have is my viewers, my fans, and my subscribers. I certainly didn't have my sausage. I certainly didn't have my ham. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. But, ladies and gentlemen, also coming through here on Sean's View Entertainment here on the resort, we got Javon Evans explaining not doing the Kofi Kingston spot in the Royal Rumble. See, Javon Evans is capable of a lot of damn things, but, he didn't want to go out there and be a carbon copy of Kofi Kingston because we didn't get that moment in the Royal Rumble this year because Kofi Kingston, quite frankly, doesn't do that anymore. I think they have run out of ideas. They have run out of ways to have Kofi Kingston have that Royal Rumble moment. Also, MJF, pedophilia is not okay. I think it's pretty effed up. That is what the current reigning AEW World's Heavyweight Champion had to say. Also, viewers, fans, subscribers, in some very horrible and some very tragic, and it's some news that, quite frankly, I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to expose it. I didn't want to leak it, but it's been on there for the last few days now. The last couple of days it's been on there, and it's so sad. It's so tragic. It's so twisted. It's so diabolical. It is so heart-wrenching. It is so gut-wrenching. It's one of those things you didn't want to address. You didn't want to talk about. You didn't even want to bring it up. But that is exactly what we are about to do because it does concern wrestling. It does concern professional wrestling. It does concern the WWE. And a massive name is at the center of this entire damn thing. As a WWE star's family killed in fire, a tragic house fire claims not one, not two, but 4 lives. We are bringing you the wrestling news. Is there a dark cloud over the WWE? Welcome to the channel, guys. We have some absolutely devastating news hitting the wire today. Now, again, I want to reiterate that this isn't an angle. This isn't a storyline. This isn't even a work. A current WWE star's family has been absolutely killed. Well, they've been burned to death, guys. I mean, what other way can we say it? In a horrific house fire. We are talking about 4 lives lost in a single night. It is a nightmarish scenario. The reports coming out of Florida are absolutely brutal. WWE name, WWE official, WWE referee. Aja Smith, you see her on NXT. You see her on the main roster. Confirmed that a house fire tore through her family's home. Her grandmother, her grandfather, her uncle, her cousin, gone in an instant. I want you to read exactly what she posted because you can feel the pain in the text. This changes everything for her. This changes everything for referees. The unimaginable. Imagine getting that phone call while you're on the road for WWE or while you're refereeing a match after the match. The mental toll that this takes is absolutely unimaginable. My thoughts, my prayers go out. Now, this brings up conversation nobody wants to have. The curse of the road. These wrestlers and referees give their lives to the business. Multiple wrestlers have died over the years. Multiple wrestlers' relatives have died over the years, no longer with us. Whether it be tragedy, travesties, whether it be fires, whether it be drugs, whether it be, crashes, whether it be drugs, paraphernalia, whatever it may be, okay? Again, you just feel like there's this dark cloud over professional wrestling, and it is absolutely catastrophic. They are in a different city every night, and when something catastrophic happens like this, like a house fire, they are thousands of miles away. We've seen this before. Think about Kevin Nash finding out about Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. Think about the guys who get that call that a parent died when they are at Gorilla waiting to go out there. Smith is now a part of this tragic club of performers who have to possess real-life death while working in a entertainment sport. Is WWE doing enough to support them? Usually, they are good with time off, but how do you overcome to work after losing 4 family members in one shot? This is a career-altering tragedy, ladies and gentlemen. It feels like there is a dark cloud hanging over the industry lately. The fire is just the latest hit. Look at what we've been dealing with the last few years. It feels like every time the business gets hot, tragedy strikes. And one of the worst times this could happen, the road to WrestleMania 42. But this is much bigger than WrestleMania. This is much more grandeur than the Royal Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. The internet wrestling community, the IWC, can be toxic at times, okay? We trash these referees when they mess up a count. We trash the wrestlers when they botch a move. But when you see Smith losing her whole support system as a referee in a fire, It makes the whole Twitter fighting look stupid. So where do we go from here, viewers? Where do we go from here? Aja Smith will be off TV for a long time, you would have to assume, rightfully so. And if you see a new referee on SmackDown next week, don't ask, where is that referee where their, relatives died? You know where she is. She's picking up the pieces of her life. I want to hear from you guys in the comment sections, not the usual arguing. Just drop a RIP or a prayer emoji for the family. Let's flood the comments with actual support, okay, guys? Now, there is talk backstage, and this part is a rumor. I want to get into this right now, so I want to specify this. This part is just a rumor that WWE Corporate might step in to help with funeral costs. They usually do this quietly. Vince McMahon, who no longer is with the WWE, used to do it, I would think, and I expect Triple H to do the same. This is absolutely a PR nightmare if they don't, but it's also just the right thing to do, viewers. It is just the right thing to do. But here is the one good thing about this business. Okay, here is the one good thing, the good caveat here. The locker room response. I'm looking at donations coming in. I'm looking at the tweets from top stars, from all companies, all entities, all brands. And when the chips are down, the wrestling brotherhood is absolutely real. Okay, it is absolutely real. Now, it creates this atmosphere of dread. We get caught up in who is winning the Rumble or who's headlining WrestleMania. Then we forget that these people are human beings dealing with real mortality. And guys, this is as real can get again. But this is one of those stories you just don't want to talk about it. You don't want to bring it up because it is so heartbreaking. It really throws a monkey wrench into all of the plans. Make no mistake about it, viewers. And I want to express my thoughts, my gratitude, my feelings goes out to the family of WWE referee, of WWE official. I mean, it's sad that there has to be this backstory to it. But that is exactly the backstory that we are dealing with, and that is going on right now. And it is going to be an uphill challenge. I mean, it's bad enough, it's sad enough when you lose a parent or you lose one person in your family or a relative or even a friend, okay, or an animal, okay. We all know CM Punk lost his dog, Larry, died, no longer with us. So when you lose one thing, one person, when you lose one individual, that's bad enough. All right, like I lost my brother, all right, recently, 50 years old, died out of nowhere, brain bleed. My mom and dad, my dad had a stroke recently. My mom dealing with cancer. All of this is going on at once, guys. All of this is going on at once. And luckily, thankfully, they're still with us. They're not, well, my brother died. My brother died. Luckily, my mom and dad, who are in their 80s, are still here, fighting. Okay, fighting. May not be having the best life, but they're still breathing. But imagine you got one person that dies. You throw four people dead into the mix all at the same time. It doesn't get much more diabolical. It doesn't get much more devastating than that, viewers. It really, really doesn't. It really puts it into perspective. It is definitely going to be damaging. There's no doubt about it. It's the stakes of this couldn't be any higher, viewers. Could not be any higher. Also, breaking news on the Royal Rumble in the WWE Championship. Now, this is news coming out of the Royal Rumble. The outcome of Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn at the 2026 Royal Rumble now has much more context, and it puts the spotlight squarely on what happened after the bell. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Sami Zayn was actively lobbying to win the WWE Championship from Drew McIntyre. Zayn pushed for the title change throughout the build to the Royal Rumble match and was still advocating for himself to win as late as the day of the show. Ultimately, WWE went in a different direction, obviously. This update reframes the match as the likely peak of Zayn's run in the World Heavyweight Championship picture for WrestleMania season. While there had been earlier indications that Zayn would factor into the top title scene heading into WrestleMania 42, the Royal Rumble result suggests WWE has shifted plans. However, this is why I talk about the Fatal 4-Way. There is rumor, there is gossip, there is speculation that the Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE title, it's went from being a one-on-one match with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes, right? It's went from being a one-on-one match to a triple threat with Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre, and Cody Rhodes to now what could it spell a Fatal 4-Way attraction. Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, Sami Zayn for the WWE title at WrestleMania 42 Fatal 4-Way. Now, the original plan of Sami Zayn winning the WWE title at Royal Rumble, those plans have been in flux for months. WWE's WrestleMania direction has changed repeatedly, including adjustments to the Royal Rumble win itself in the weeks leading up to the event. In that environment, Zayn's push appears to have stalled just short of the ultimate prize. McIntyre, meanwhile, leaves Saudi Arabia with momentum fully intact, champion dominant, and firmly positioned as the man to beat on the road to WrestleMania, and specifically at WrestleMania. Do you think the WWE made the right call with keeping the title on Drew McIntyre? Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions below today and now. Also, we are being exposed and leaked online right now, according to the dirt sheets, the websites, the newsletters, at this hour. Breaking news. 2 stars leaving, but 2 stars also coming in at the same time. That's what she said. TNA's The Inspiration could be AEW bound after their exit from TNA. Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, and your emotions on The Inspiration leaving TNA for AEW. Also, MJF says he's done being labeled just a promo and claims he's the best in the ring. MJF calls Brody King lost a fluke and blames interference ahead of AEW Grand Slam Australia. The person who advised Powerhouse Hobbs to leave AEW for the WWE being revealed, unveiled, being exposed, being leaked online. What are your thoughts about Powerhouse Hobbs now officially in WWE? And should he stay in NXT? Should he stay on the main roster? What should be the fate? What should be the future of now the name now known as Royce Keys in WWE? Lita reveals how WWE quietly removed her after Becky Lynch tag team run. Also, ladies and gentlemen, according to the dirt sheets and the newsletters, Vince McMahon almost renamed WWE to WE after lawsuit loss. What? WE? What would have been called? Wrestling Entertainment? Wow. Former WWE creative director just pulled the curtain back on a wild chapter in WWE history and revealed that Vince McMahon nearly rebranded the company as simply We, W-E. It was discussed that the WWF to WWE name change this happened after the company lost a legal battle with the World Wildlife Fund. While most fans remember the iconic Get the F Out campaign, it was revealed just how strange things got behind the scenes. At one point, we were making the logo changes. Vince wanted it just called World Entertainment. World Entertainment. There would have been no wrestling in there. And I'm just like, it doesn't kind of work. We, W-E. That conversation lasted for about a month before we settled on WWE. I kid you not, it just made no sense. We were getting out there. We had Degeneration X. We were crossing lines. We were doing R-rated stuff. Things that hadn't been done before. It is believed and it's being said that that kind of content is being missed. I really do miss that content. I miss the rated R stuff. Like we were doing things that nobody had done before, breaking down walls, crossing barriers, entering new front liars, and just pushing the envelope as far as we could. So that is where we're at with that, viewers, fans, and subscribers. It's wild to think how different things could have been if WE made it to TV instead of WWE. Again, it would have just been called World Entertainment. In the end, fans got to get the F out and the brand never looked back. Would you have watched WE, World Entertainment, every week if it was titled and named that? Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, and your sentiments. Also, what did you think about Drew McIntyre unloading on Roman Reigns and CM Punk on SmackDown last night? Your thoughts, your comments, your sentiments, your emotions on all of that. Obviously, there is brand supremacy. There is brand barriers, but the barriers are being broken down. And again, I told you this yesterday, but we're going to reiterate. And for those of you that miss my videos, guys, remember, it's so important to click the bell, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a moment of video of Sean's View Entertainment, because there is rumors that the Raw main event will clash with the SmackDown main event in a titanic blockbuster tag team match before WrestleMania. It could happen on an edition of Saturday night's main event the main attraction. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yes, indeed, it may happen. It may go down. It may transpire. It may blow up right before our very eyes, and we're going to realize it and we're going to recognize it. It is going to be absolutely notable, okay? Absolutely notable. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, at this time, we are receiving word. We are receiving word because there's so many headlines, there's so much to talk about, there's so much to get into. The backstage reaction to Brock Lesnar no-selling Illinois Dragunov in a Royal Rumble spot being leaked online. Fightful Select reports several wrestlers privately reacted to fan praise for the spot by sending eye-rolling emojis. The moment may have been over quietly due to some backstage, but, again, it may have been over quickly. But it was a disappointing visual to see a respected, hard-hitting performer like Illinois Dragunov dismissed so easily, especially without Lesnar selling any of the offense, even if it was just one small sequence in a packed match. The reaction behind the curtain suggested that not everyone agreed with how it played out. Instead, Lesnar screamed in his face, shrugged off the strikes, and effortlessly tossed the former United States champion over the top rope. It was a quick elimination that played entirely in Lesnar's favor. There's currently no word on where WWE is headed with Lesnar next. Despite speculation about a possible match against Obafemi, reports indicate that nothing has been locked in for Brock Lesnar and the Royal Rumble match. The Rumble spot may have been quick, but it was enough to get people talking, and not just the fans, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think that Dragunov and Lesnar spot hurt or helped his standing in the WWE? Should have Brock Lesnar sold at least a little bit of that offense? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below right now. A WWE star, a top name, quits the company, leaves the WWE. But why and who? We're going to get into that right here and right now because we cover it for each and every one of you. According to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters, by design, Ava quit WWE actually over a low-ball contract offer. Yes, that is the word making the rounds online right now. That's what's being out there. That's the headline, guys. Ava quit over a low-ball offer. And you would think with all the money that WWE's making, with all the money they're bringing in, the ESPN deals, the Netflix deals, the Saudi Arabia deals, the WrestleManias, do you think Ava deserved more money? Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions. And we all know her affiliation with The Rock. So that's just yet another shock that nobody saw coming. Ladies and gentlemen, plenty more to come from the brash and the brazen, where we raise the bar and the hottest, the latest, the greatest, the newest, the most definitive. If it weren't for you, there would be no Sean's View. And that's the damn truth. Subscribe.